how to define a new attribute or create a new attribute inside an object. This is our class. We will create a new object. For example, we will put the new object inside a variable that is called UU, and we will create a new object. After that, UU dot, you can see that we have only two attributes inside the object because we have said that the object is a copy of the class. Okay, and it copies everything inside the class, and there are two attributes only inside this class. How can I add third attribute or a new attribute to this object? Not to the class, only it will be inside the object. Okay, I will put dot like this. After that, the name of the new attribute. For example, new attribute. Okay, this attribute equals data. For example, the data will be a new attribute. Okay, we will run the code. Everything is fine, there is no error. And also we can print the new attribute that is inside the object, and the value of it will be the data that we have put inside it. Okay, this is how can you add a new attribute to an object. Now, how can I add a new attribute to the object from a behavior or from a function? Okay, we will add a new function, or we will edit the second function that is called behavior number 2. We will name it add new attribute. Okay, now to add a new attribute we have to put the name of the object, after that dot, after that the name of the new attribute, after that the data. And we have said previously, when you run the function or the behavior from an object, the object takes itself and it passes itself to that behavior and save itself inside self. That means self is that object, and we can say self dot new attribute equals data. A new attribute like this, and it is the same as this line. Now we will remove this and we will run the code. It will give us an error because new attribute is not defined right now in the object, because we didn't run the behavior or the function that is called add new attribute. We will run it, add a new attribute like this, and the object will take itself and it will pass itself to this behavior and it will be saved inside self. After that, the object is inside self, we can say self dot new attribute, define a new attribute inside this object, and it will be containing this data. Now we will run the code and we can see the data of the new attribute that is called new attribute. We have printed the new attribute that is inside the object successfully. And this is everything about how can you create or add new attribute to an object.